A lot of good ones, okay? But I just want to kind of pause here for a minute so we can do a couple things. Number one, let's get it up for my boy Jeff Conway. Hey! Like I told him, he'll do anything for a party. All right, and one thing we know is, what was the last time he came in? We all went to that bar. Like, I'm guessing
04.
All right, yeah, all right, so 04. So we're talking 11 years ago. And isn't it just like Conway? Like as soon as, he comes into town, it's like a snap of a finger and people flock. All right, so, and obviously that speaks to you and how much we want to be around you. All right, today's obviously a very special day. What a great turnout, so thank you everybody for coming. Mr. G, what a great presence having you here and everything else, and Wiggle and Gomer and all the people who traveled a long distance. Thank you. This is just good stuff all around. All right, but while we got you, with the Cavs coming on in a little while, there's a couple things that we wanted to kind of acknowledge right now, and I'd like to ask Servino to come up here real quick, if you don't mind.
Ellie,
come up. Oh boy. And
stand up.
And, and obviously, we got a lot of stuff that's been on our mind and stuff like that, so we have a few things that we want to share with you.
Right. So I think first, when you called me and told me, I didn't know how to react initially, and I didn't say much other than I love you and I don't know what to say. And so I thought about it, and I don't know what to say. Other than I think I thought I could do something, not give you something or say anything other than pray, but I thought I could do something because I know if you could, you would too. So in October, I'm signed up and I'm going to do the Louisville Ironman for you. And it means a lot to me. And because I know you would if you could, and I can, and so I'm going to do it for you.
And I can't.
It's okay to pee in the uniform.
That's okay. It's okay to pee on the bike? Is that
pee on the bike, yeah.
I'm learning.
You're going to lose 3 or 4 minutes if you get off the
bike.
bike.
All right, fine. Pee on the bike.
Man, that's hard.
I'm not ready.
And I didn't think it would be cool to take his idea and do it with him, because I wanted the spotlight for him.
Plus, you can't do it.
All right, but I want to say something though. But when it comes to this kind of gathering, there's been a lot of conversation and obviously a lot of communication need to happen for all of us to get together. And I guess the one thing that I got to say about this circle of friends that you have is that, man, you're friends with a lot of assholes. I mean,
we all are.
Rich and
assholes.
The ball busting that went on, even in the process of planning all this. I mean, God's sakes, Harper heard Tuitt was coming, and he said that, well, hold on then. You take care of the burgers. I'm going to swing by SeaWorld and see if there's an orca carcass there. and it went on and on from there. So, which was cool. He said that kind of stuff, but he did. But no, speaking of Harper, though, we kind of put our heads together, and we wanted you to know how meaningful this night is for us. And Doug Harper did some research, and so we did something for you, and it's certainly not much, but what Harper found out was that Saint Michael is known as the patron saint of those who serve in the military. Saint Michael's also a symbol of courage and bravery, and not only looks out for those in the form of medical care or military care, but also ones who look out for the suffering. And that combination, I wanted to, kind of talk to you. And so we did a little bit of research, and Harper had some great kind of places to look through. And many of the things, good time in this, many of the things that are offered up with St. Michael will have a reflection, something the effect of St. Michael, pray for us, okay? And I thought about that whole us pronoun and how even you, what you're going through, I'm hearing stories about you finding other older veterans with ALS and saying, what can I do for you? And none of us is here was surprised by all that, because we thought, isn't that the freaking character of Conway? To go through this and then still be able to look out for others, okay? And so what we want you to take home with you when you go back to those smooth beaches is this like simple reminder from all of us. On one side, there's something about the U.S. Navy, which all of us here, thank you for your service and looking out for our nation and the way that you put yourself out there for us. And on the back, there's a statement. It's a little bit different from the typical one, and it says, St. Michael, protect me. So what I'm going to ask you to do is take this home. You ain't got to wear it. If you want to, wear it. But I want you to keep it somewhere where you'll at least be able to grasp it. Okay? Because I want you to do something that's a little out of the box for you. A little out of the norm for you. And I want you to stop thinking about each other, other people, when you have this in your possession. And I want you to embrace it, knowing that your Walsh Jesuit brethren, all right, want you to have this. And so when it says protect me, I want you to hold on to this, knowing that even though we're so many states away, time zones away, that when you hold this, there's going to be a bunch of assholes right here that are thinking about you, praying for you, and knowing that we got your back. All right, so I wanted to present you with this. Now, and we ain't done. All right. Now, this is where there's been a core group, and this is going to be a surprise to many here, and this is just something that there's nothing concrete here in what we're offering here, but there's been a group of us who have decided something, and that's this. We know enough people that we can get some stuff going. Harper's talked about getting some helmets together. We're going to get some donations and raffle, whatever we got to do, and if we need to. Okay, and there's absolutely no pressure here. But here's what we know. You're in Hawaii, and it ain't easy to snap a finger and get from Hawaii to here. Okay? We know your mom's here. We know your family's there. And I don't know what's going to be happening with you, coming up. But here's what I want you to know, that there's going to be times when you're going to want to be together and maybe switch areas. Whether it be your mom going out to see you or you coming home to see her with your family. Okay? And we understand that, that's going to involve, somewhere from 1 to 3 plane tickets. Okay? What we as a Walsh Jesuit community are going to say right now is that finances will not get in the way of that happening. Okay? And I'm not putting you on the spot here or saying anything like that. But what I'm telling you is that when that needs to occur, money will not get in the way, because we are going to take care of that. Okay? So that's one thing I wanted to just say, that is going to be our offering to you, to make sure that whatever happens, we're gonna see to it that finances don't get away in that. We're gonna leave it at that for right now. All right. So again, we've got a lot of people who were able to make it here, and that's great. Because it was like a no-brainer for everybody who could make it. But we also know that this is not the whole group. Okay, and there's others that were. Now Wessel, took it upon himself. I mean, this dude's been a mastermind of getting stuff going, and you can just see the passion of wanting to do whatever it took, to take care of his boy, who wore the Navy whites and saved a day at his wedding, when he had to. All right. So what he did was, put a lot of time and energy into coming down and making sure that the people that aren't here are represented. So I'm going to call Wessel up here to.
Well, Matt took all of my magic anyway. He took all my material. Plus, he's kind of got me a little bit choked up anyways. But Augie caught me looking at these two things. And this is a printout of two words that have been on the forefront of my mind the last couple weeks. Character and respect. Okay? And he mentioned some of these words. And that is why it was so easy for me several years ago when he finished his commitment to the Navy. And he thought he was meeting Mike Harris and I for dinner and drinks in the Valley at Champs. And it was either 48 or 24 hours. I made a couple phone calls, and a day or two later, we had 22 people show up there. Z, I think you were there with your wife. Rob DeMonaway was in town with his wife, and that spoke volumes to the type of person we remember. Unfortunately, for most of us, you wouldn't generate that type of response. We're all good guys. We're all good Christian guys, but I don't think any of us would generate that type of people in such short notice. Now here we are again, and there's over, 30, 35 people that came here tonight. I got another 15 letters in my back pocket that people emailed to me that also got me choked up. And you're in our prayers. we love you, and we hope the best for you, brother. We've got some pictures taken tonight. We hope to put them in this little 5x7. A lot of people asked if this was you. It was not you. But
I think everyone has signed this here this evening. A life-size portrait of Jeff Conway.
everybody has signed this here, so that's the guys that were here tonight to honor you and spend some time with you. We want to email you some pictures, and you choose what 5x7 that goes in there, and you don't need to take that home. And then these are the 15 letters you could take home with and read. But there's some really impressive letters, and you know, I think in many respects this is maybe a little bit personal, some of these, but I share this with at least a few of you, and I want to read this because I think this is very worthwhile for all of us, including Jeff. And this is from our classmate Brian Rainey, who is a doctor at the Cleveland Clinic and an oncologist that's involved with research. So let me just get to the point I want to share with. Stay strong and know that medical advances are being made every day. I see advanced cancer patients and do clinical research for a living. You have not only an entire community of friends and family behind you, but the medical field fighting for new and better treatments. If I could ever be of any help interpreting data on new drugs, or if you are considering new treatments and trials, please do not hesitate to reach out. Hope our paths cross soon. Brian. Department of Hematology and Oncology, Cleveland Clinic, Taussig Cancer Institute. So that gives me a lot of hope and comfort to know that this type of stuff is being done every day. And it's nice to know one of our classmates is involved with it and is our personal consultant to Mr. Conway. So Brian couldn't be here. He would like to have been, but we really appreciate that letter. And Jeff's going to take these letters home. So thank you all very much for coming. There still might be some people that are going to try to show up here this evening, but I know Jeff appreciates it, and so do we. So thanks for making another monumental night for Jeff Conway on one of his short visits to Ohio.
So, you know, obviously words can't express the gratitude, you know, just for all you guys getting together. You're coming in. I know it's been 11 years since I've seen a lot of you guys the last time. It's certainly not an easy situation for most to deal with, right? It's like, you know, shit happens, but you just gotta deal with it. So, you know, it's been going on for about 4 years. Kind of a couple years of a lot of unknowns, but surprisingly, there's a lot of peace in knowing, right? You just know. So, you know, I've had a lot of time to think about, you know, what I've done, you know, what I'm going to do, however much time I've got, and, you know, that's obviously got to take care of health, but it's, you know, family and friends, and I couldn't have asked for a better, you know, group of friends. I mean, I'm sure the motto of Walsh has probably changed because it went co-ed several years ago, so it's probably men and women for others, but you know, creating men for others. I mean, you guys are all, it's not just me, it's all of you. You're all like that. You know, we can get together 10 or 11 years apart and kind of pick up where we left off, busting on, you know, Gomer, but, you know, the support, it's sincerely appreciated. I mean, I know we don't get to see each other often. A difficult decision to stay in Hawaii, but I think the right one, all things considered, with my family, my wife's family, healthcare. You know, the weather's not too bad there either. So, this is about as dressed up as I get all year round. So, you know, I will be traveling, and it comforts me to know that I've got a group of great friends like you, that if I need help, you know, I know all I would have to do is ask. So for that, you know, I'll be eternally grateful. And it's been math here. Someone was good at math, 28 years. So, you know, certainly hope to be around a couple of years longer when we hit, you know, 30th. But know that, you know, you guys are always with me, you know, in my heart wherever I go. And, you know, hopefully you guys know the same thing. So, thanks for your support.
Thank you, brother.
they get a bunch of free beer.
Oh, to work
Worked
though.
out in my favor the last 7 days.
worked out in my
favor.
That's awesome.
So, thank you.
Yeah, he spent time with a bunch of his Navy friends in Philadelphia. If you guys didn't know that.